It's just me and the kids today. So we're heading off to Murrumbidgee National Park, and unfortunately that means no thumper dog either. And I've gotten heaps of messages over the last probably month or so about Thumper, our blue cattle dog. So unfortunately you won't be seeing him today because we're heading into a national park, and as everyone probably knows, you can't take dogs and your pets into national parks. So yeah, none of him today, but
No kitties.
yeah, no kitties either. So like I said, we're heading into Murrumbidgee National Park. It's only about 15-20 minute drive from Wagga Wagga, so nice and close to a major town. But we're not staying there or anything tonight. We're just heading out there. Kim's got a bit of a day to herself at home and doing some stuff around there. So we're going on a bit of an adventure. We're going to have a look at a couple of camp spots and plan our next little trip. So should be fun. So I jumped onto Wiki Camps as well before we came out here, just to have a look and see what a couple other people thought of it. And there was a lot of comments and warnings and things about the entrance and the tracks being really rutted out and high clearance only, really boggy. But so far, you could get in here with a Commodore. There are really some good sort of clear signs as well about areas that are closed for rehabilitation. So that's awesome. They stand out like dog's balls as soon as you drive in. So that's cool. Just make sure you follow them and don't drive on any of the grass that they're trying to rehab. So unfortunately, there's no wood fires in Murrumbidgee Valley National Park.
No.
So that's pretty unfortunate. Don't always trust what you read on Wikicamps or any of those apps, because there might always be a better or another way. I'll jump out the car real quick and have a bit of a look. This here, this is how close we are to the water. Right there's the Murrumbidgee River, and all this here is just all nice and clear behind me. This is beautiful. And that was 5 minutes. 5 minutes we found this little spot. Awesome spot. Harper just asked a pretty cool question. We're just walking down to the water, and she spotted these tracks and asked me what they were. It was a monster. So I'll give you a quick look. So I'll start back here. So you've got two decent little tracks here. some right next to it. They pretty much just run down to the water. You see where they are. Next ones, they run all the way down into the river. And at first I didn't know what they were because there was nothing coming back out. But then you just follow around here, whatever it is slipped over, and then you've got tracks coming back out the other side.
Dad, I did.
Shadow out of the way for you.
Dad, I did it.
Your tracks all the way back out. You find heaps of that around these river systems. You find they're all kangaroo tracks. You have kangaroos that hop down to the water for a drink and then have like a massive big U-turn. I never knew what they were until a little while ago, but it's just kangaroos going down, and when they get down off the riverbank they can't get back up. They slip over and they have a little bit of trouble gripping the mud to get back out. So they normally always get out, but they'll probably have a couple of cracks at it, and it looks like they've thrashed around down there right on the water's edge. So check out this little barefoot bandit. We're here for about 5 minutes, and you wouldn't believe it, she's gone and walked in the only sticky mud puddle within 200 meters of us, covered her shoes in mud, gone through her shoes, covered her feet in mud, so we had to go and wash them off in a freezing cold river. So I don't know, that's exploring with kids, I guess. Can't really beat it. All in all, this is a great little spot, and we'll definitely be spending a few nights here sometime in the future. But we wanted to head further down the river and see if we can find a few more. I just grabbed you off the roof, but have a go at this here spot. This is awesome. If you don't want to be right down close to the water, you've got this awesome clearing. I've just parked in front of the tree there, but for the afternoon sun, you've got all that canopy and tree cover. So you've got all that nice shade in the afternoons, and I reckon you'd have pretty similar in the morning as well with trees out here. So I reckon you'd get a lot of shade in the mornings right here, but then straight above you, nothing. So still be good for all your solar and all your battery power as well. But there's another really awesome little spot that yeah, I don't know, we might give this one a crack as well. But anyway, we'll get you back on the roof and we'll keep cruising around and seeing what's here. Let's cruise back down the way we came and see what's down the other end.
How good is that? Not bad for a little campsite scouting mission. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that river is making just the perfect sound. Just trickling water, it's awesome. Does it have to be a damn near perfect spot? Only problem is there's nowhere to really camp, like, except for right here, but it's only, you know, 4 meters wide. I mean, there's plenty of places down a little bit further though, so we'll have a look over there. But how's that for a view? Like, man, just to wake up and look straight down the river. Oof. That'd be one little problem though. Only one problem would be straight off that edge to the river, it's about a 2.5 meter drop. So not that great for kids, but we'll keep heading down, we'll see what we can find. Righto, we'll just stop here for a quick second so I can tell you guys that we didn't make it any further than this. The two very easy looking wheel ruts that you see right there in front of you, that's pretty much where we stopped and our little trip ended. We quickly nosed into what looked like a pretty easy little rut and found it was pretty deep, so we backed out and decided not to try it, thought better of it. Tried to get around to the side, you can see just near the trees there, and try to get around without going anywhere near that hole. And it turned out the side was a lot more slippery than we thought. So we ended up slipping straight into that bog hole, and the rest is pretty much history. The car freaked out. We had error codes everywhere. And it took us a fair while to get out of the hole. If it wasn't for a couple of absolute legends, Ben, Connor and James, that I ran into back up the track a little bit further, we probably would have been stuck there all night and been calling people to get us out. It would have been an absolute nightmare. But all in all, we got out of there pretty safe and sound. The car, not so much. The car had a million error codes. We couldn't get it started again. We ended up having to get it towed out and got a flatbed tow truck taking it back to Wagga Wagga. So, yeah. Sorry I didn't get any footage of us actually going in or coming out of that hole, but I had two screaming kids that were pretty afraid, so they were pretty much my priority. Anyway, guys, let's keep going.
It's got to be under the seat, eh? Holy shit.
You would have got a bit of water in it and just went died.
Well, you can't win them all. What do you reckon, Harper? Good day out? Righto, so not exactly what I had in mind. Sort of stuck. We're back here in Wagga, back at the Toyota dealership. Sorry I didn't get any footage of the mega bogging that occurred, but I had two screaming kids, really scared that we weren't going to get out of it. So anyway, I'll give you a quick look. I'll spin you around. So basically, I think what's happened is we saw a bit of a bog hole and we were going to go through it, then we thought better of it, so we tried to go around it and just slipped into the hole. And yeah, she basically flooded and ended up on a tow truck being towed back to Wagga. So not really what I had in mind. I won't go on the road. Not really what I had in mind for a nice Sunday drive, but that's what you get, I guess. Anyway, I'll let you know how this goes, how we get on with it. But I was going to be doing some phones, doing some calls around the insurance companies and things like that. I want to give a massive shout out to Bob at Glasson's Towing, absolute champion, mate, to come out there at 3 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon and get us out of there on a flatbed. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to 3 local 4-wheel drivers, Ben, Connor and James. Absolute bloody champions, guys. Without you guys out there, I would have been stuck for God knows how long. So I'll throw a photo of all of us in here now, but you see these 3 blokes out there, yeah, get around them. Absolute champions, saved me and the kids. So right, guys, so here we are back at home. We had to leave the car over in Wagga Wagga with the guys at Toyota to try and figure out how bad the damage is and just what's going on with the car. So we've got a little hire car for the next 2 weeks and just a little Kia Sportage just to get around town. So obviously there won't be any four-wheel driving or adventures or anything like that, or camping from us for the next couple of weeks, which is no good, but you know, it's just what you got to do, I guess. We have gone through insurance to sort of figure out what's going on. I don't want to take any chances, especially, you know, when it costs so much to fix these modern cars. You just don't know. So anyway, we'll definitely be keeping you guys up to date. I'll do a part 2 and a follow-up to this little mishap, if you want to call it that. So yeah, you'll be up to date with everything that goes on, and you know how bad the damage is, what we're going to have to do to fix it, or whether it's going to be a write-off or anything like that. So anyway, guys, if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I usually say we do things like this all the time, but I think we try to avoid to. So I won't be trying to do this again. But if you like this video, guys, like this video, hit that subscribe button as well so you never miss a beat when it comes to all of our uploads, our gear reviews, anything that we do. And hit that bell notification and turn on your notifications on your phones, guys. Anyway, stay tuned for part 2 because we're going to go right through how bad the car was, what the end result is, and just how not to do this again. Right, guys, get out and about. We'll see you in the next one.